Is Abdul Carter a clone of Myles Garrett? Let's find out. Welcome back to All Pro Football Data. My name is Jim Cobern, and as the title of the video says, is Abdul Carter a clone of Myles Garrett? That's what we're going to find out today. We're going to review his analytics profile. Let's start with the first area, which is solo tackle, sack, and tackle for loss market share. Based on the data work that I do, Abdul Carter had a 94 score in terms of solo tackle production, 87 in terms of sacks, and then 93 in terms of tackles for loss. When you look at the all-pro averages, the Pro Bowl averages, and the starter averages, he pretty much hits all the metrics you're looking for in terms of average data there. The only area he kind of misses a little bit is with his sack market share and his tackle for loss market share. But he's only about 1 point away from his tackle for loss market share and only 8 points away from his sack market share in terms of the averages. But he's within range of all pro ability. When you look at the Pro Bowl averages, he also hits those areas. And of course, the starter averages, he also hits those areas well too. All those areas are lights out for him when it comes to his overall market share ability. And when you get to his other market share data, taking a look at pass deflection and forced fumble market share, he doesn't hit every single average metric here because his forced fumble market share is only 56 percentile. His pass deflection market share is 92 percentile. But his forced fumble market share is not that. And of course, when you look at the all-pro averages, the Pro Bowl averages, and the starter averages, he hits the pass deflection averages, but doesn't hit the forced fumble averages. But it's just an average. You're going to have players who are all-pro players that are in the low end of forced fumbles, but typically this is where they are based on their average data. So it's not a big knock on him. He's not a perfect prospect, as some people have said, but neither was Myles Garrett, other than athletic ability. Now, one area to also look at in Abdul Carter is his age and competition data. Based on this data right here, his age percentile score of prospect based on their age on draft day was 89 percentile. His MSA rating, which takes a look at his market share scores plus strength of schedule, strength of team, and his age score was 96 percentile. And his pass score, which is all of his production scores, in addition to the other age and competition metrics, was 98 percentile. He is a elite prospect based on his production for his level of competition and for his age in all of these various metrics, which is exactly where you want a player like him to test. That's a good place for him. Now, let's get to the juicy meat of this video in terms of a comparison for Myles Garrett and Abdul Carter. The comparison is definitely there between the two. The solo tackle score for Abdul Carter is 94%. Sack is 87, 93 for TFL, 92 for pass deflection, and forced fumbles 56. When you compare it to Myles Garrett, eerily similar, 92 percentile for Myles Garrett in solo tackle data. His sack data was 89. His TFL data was 84. Pass deflections was 57. And then forced fumbles was 88. So in many ways, they kind of flipped a little bit. Myles Garrett was better in terms of getting forced fumbles versus pass deflections for Abdul Carter. They're eerily similar to each other in many ways. And also Abdul Carter was better in terms of tackles for loss. Tougher against the run in college. So those are great numbers for him as well. When you look at the age metrics, Myles Garrett was a younger prospect coming out. He was in the 97 percentile. Abdul Carter was 90. The MSA rating is virtually identical. Myles Garrett was 97 percentile and Abdul Carter was 96. The pass score was 98 for Abdul Carter and 99 for Myles Garrett. And of course, the EAV score, or expected approximate value score, for both of these prospects, which takes the average approximate value based on all the different metrics that they tested in, was 99%. Both of these edge prospects are 99 percentile prospects. With that being said, is Abdul Carter a clone of Myles Garrett? I would say they do have a lot of similarities. There's a lot of things that are there. I think if you just look at the expected approximate value scores compared to each other, very similar. We're going to have to look at the athletic testing to see that if it holds up, because Myles Garrett was he was easily a 90 plus percentile athlete in terms of his explosiveness and speed for his size. We'll see if Abdul Carter is on the same track right there. But that is the comparison. That's the metric comparison here. Great numbers overall for both of these prospects. Obviously, Myles Garrett, of course, going on to become a Hall of Famer. Is Abdul Carter going to go down the same track? We'll see. But I think we've answered the question. Is he a clone of Myles Garrett? Maybe. It's very close. I wouldn't say exact carbon copy, but definitely there's a lot of similarities between these two prospects, which a lot of scouts are very excited about. So, with all this stuff out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video if you want to see more videos like this. Check out my Patreon page at patreon.com/jcoburn, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.